important tips on being safe. Not just, I know you're not driving yet, but you can be safe when you're walking, and you can be safe when you're riding your bikes. And Officer Fransen wants to give you some important tips on how to be safe.
Hello, how's everybody doing? Good. Those are some cool looking alligators out there. I have a couple of questions for you. When I ask a question, I want to see by show of hands who knows the answer, okay? The first question I have is, how many of you walk to school? How many of you, want to put your hands down? How many of you ride your bicycle to school? Okay, put your hands down. So the questions I'm going to ask are really important. Who's the person that holds a stop sign and helps you cross a crosswalk? What's the name of that person? She says your mom and dad, is that right? A mom and dad doesn't hold a stop sign, but can a mom and dad help you cross the street? Yeah. Should you ask them to help you cross the street? Yeah. Yes. That's a good job. So, who's the person though that has the orange vest and the stop sign and helps you walk across the street? What do you think? Police officer could. Sometimes we have a vest on. I don't carry a stop sign. What do you think? A teacher can help you cross the street.
And we do have firefighters.
A firefighter? Who's the one that holds the stop sign though? A crossing guard. Good job. You described it perfectly. All right, and I know you guys don't have one here at this school, but the next school you go to might have one, so it's important for you to know. So, if you have a toy, a ball, a scooter or something, or skateboard that goes out into the street and it gets away from you, should you just run after it? No! By show of hands, who knows the right thing to do? What would you do? Well, but are you going to run out of the street? So what are you going to do? If your parents are right there, what would you do?
I would say to my parents that they could go get it.
He'd ask his parents politely, could you pretty please with sugar on top go get my toy out of the street? Perfect. Perfect. If your parent says, actually I want you to go get it, which hopefully they're not saying that, what do you need to make sure you do anytime you cross the street? Raise your hand. No. What do you do before you cross the street? Anytime you cross the street, what do you make sure you always do? Look for cars. And how do you do that? How do you look for cars? You're super quiet and you have your hand raised up politely. You look both ways, right? You look to your left, you look to your right, you look to your left again, you look back to your right, you make sure there's no cars. One of the other things you want to do is you want to make sure you're looking at the driver in the vehicle. You want to make sure that driver is looking at you. If the driver is not looking at you, can they see you? No. No. Are you going to cross the street? No. No. And should you always ask your parents' permission before you cross the street? Yes. Yes. So for those of you that ride your bicycle, by show of hands, who knows what you have to wear on your head? It's required by law. Hold on. Is it by show of hands, don't yell it out. What do you think with the Roadrunner shoe? She said a helmet. Do you have to wear a helmet? Yeah. Is it a choice or a law? Law. It's a law, right? You don't want to get in trouble, so you have to wear that helmet. It protects your brain. Is our brain important? Yeah. Yeah, we can't live without it. What else could you wear other than a helmet? It's for protection. What do you think of the scripture? Knee pads. Can you pass that back to me? Thank you. And here, that's for passing it back. So knee pads. What else?
Don't yell it.
What do you think? Elbow pads. And one of the kids in the last class said shoulder pads. I guess you could wear shoulder pads too. It doesn't hurt, right? And then another kid said a horse head. I don't know what that was all about, but I don't recommend a horse head. Speaking of which, what's coming up at the end of the month? It's not really a holiday, but What's at the end of the month that some people celebrate? Do with the hat. Halloween, did I already give you a sticker? Halloween. So if you have a mask on your costume, should you ride a bicycle if you have a Halloween mask on your head? No way. And if you're walking with your parents, I'm hoping you're walking with your parents, and you have a mask on, you need to make sure you're holding their hand if you're crossing the street, because you're not going to be able to see cars while you're wearing that mask, okay? Even with the mask with the holes in it, it limits your ability to see, okay? So even if you have holes in the mask, I don't care how big they are, you want to make sure that you're holding your parents' hands. Before I leave, I just want to thank Bobby and Mr. Redmond and all of you for helping get these little teddy bears in the arms of little kids whose parents have been hurt. Because when we go to a traffic collision scene and a child is crying because they're worried about their parents, and I'm able to give them this teddy bear and they can squeeze it for comfort, that means a lot to them. And that's going to be coming from you. That love and that comfort is going to be coming from your class and your school. All right? So thank you very much for that. If you're involved in a traffic collision, please, if your parents are not there to give you instruction on what to do, you need to wait for a police officer, a paramedic, or a firefighter to come and help you. Please listen to us. If I put you in the back of my patrol car, you're not in trouble. I'm not going to arrest you. The reason why I'm doing that is for your safety, okay? Please understand that. And hopefully none of you will ever have to experience that.
Boys and girls, can you give a nice round of applause for Officer Fransen?